Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kenny. It's an overcast day here today, kind of chilly, but it's a great opportunity for me to bring to you another beautiful gun. I'm going to do something somewhat different than before today. I'm going to do something that, well, I believe it's very, very important and very, very much needed in the life and times that we live right now. Many of you, of course, all of you, you know that our Second Amendment rights are under attack, they're under assault, and those anti-Second Amendment people in Washington are just bombarding the American people. Basically, what their desire is to take away your Second Amendment rights. They want to ban all semi-automatic rifles. Now, I've made this statement many times, or sometimes. When you outlaw the semi-automatic weapons, the only person or persons or people that will have them will be the outlaws themselves. They will have the big guns and nobody else. Now that's the truth. That's the hardcore truth. And their agenda is all of these anti-Second Amendment people. They want to do like these other countries like Canada, Australia. They want to take those semi-automatic rifles from you. Now, if they start and become successful at taking the semi-automatic rifles, they won't stop at just that. They want a big power grab, so they will go after every single gun that you have. Now, you need to listen to this. I believe right now, the way circumstances are going, the crime rate that's up and people being shot, and I have to say this, it's not the gun, it's let me put it blank, just blunt and up close, the way it is. The idiot behind the gun, that's what's responsible. The sick person, if you will, to make it sweeter. The sick person behind the gun, that's who's responsible for the shooting. It's not the gun's fault. No, it's not the gun's fault. Here's what I want to suggest to you. Many of you ladies, I had a lady contact me a day or two ago, and she said, I would love to be able to shoot, but I don't have anybody to teach me. She said, I've got a 9mm that I bought 6 years ago. I got my concealed carry license, and I've never shot the gun. Now listen, I want to address this to you ladies. I want to give you, so listen, if you're a woman, even if you're a man, it doesn't matter to me. Tons of women are learning how to shoot, but there's a trillion of them out there that don't know how and are eager to learn but don't have anybody to teach them. I want to give you an instructional video, if you're a woman, on how to use and how to defend yourself and how to shoot a gun. So listen, whatever you do, if you're interested in learning how to shoot, and God forbid that you don't know how to shoot, but if you're learning or want to learn, hang around and let me give you a few steps and a few things that you need to know to learn how to shoot. And I'm going to tell you something. The time right now is of utmost importance for you to know how to shoot. Women are being stalked, they're being harassed, they're being assaulted, actually, many of them are being killed and murdered by crime victims, by people that are just running rampant, committing crimes, and they put them in jail a day or two, or maybe at that much for the most part, and then they're put right back out on the street, let go right back out on the street to do whatever they want to do, to commit the crimes right over and over and over. So the time is now And I'm going to say this to you. You need to learn how to defend yourself. I believe that the American people, law-abiding citizens, are who that I'm talking to right now. I am a law-abiding citizen, and I own multiple guns. And I'm speaking to many of you that do the same. It is your God-given right to keep and to bear arms to protect yourself. And with the crime rate like it is, and it's out of control, they don't know what to do with the criminals. Listen, if you don't believe you need to learn how to shoot, then you're obviously brainwashed, because you can't rely on the police department to help you in a crisis. Many of these people that support and want to abolish the Second Amendment rights of the people, and they're anti-Second Amendment, they want to absolutely defund the police. They don't want no protection. They don't care. They don't care. I want to show you how to defend yourself, show you how to use a gun properly. I want to teach you, because it's extremely important. Many of you probably, as a woman, you are scared to death to go wherever you want to go, because you're afraid you're going to be hurt, you're going to be shot, you're going to be killed, you're going to be mugged, you're going to be raped. Listen, I know what I'm talking about. Many of you, you're living in fear. Let me show you how. Just give you a few instructions on how to use a gun. And I want to say this is for ladies, but there's many men, they don't know how to shoot either. Now you say, what credentials do you have to teach me how to use a gun? Well, I'm going to tell you something. I'm not into a lot of scientific stuff when it comes to shooting. I'm not into a lot of ballistics and statistics. I'm not into those, but I've been shooting since I was a teenager. So I think that would pretty much fit the description as for someone that maybe knows a little bit about guns, don't you? I'm going to show you that it's very simple. And as a woman, let me say the very first step for you, you should not be afraid of a firearm. Of course, if it's not used properly, and if the person that's using it doesn't know what they're doing, or they're careless with it, and they are what I would call reckless with it, now that would give you reason enough to be frightened and scared. But just to pick it up and look at it and examine it and get the feel of it, you don't have to be afraid of it, because it's not your enemy. It's just a tool. You need to look at it with an approach, with a relaxed setting to where that you can learn it step by step. Now, it's not hard to learn how to shoot. You might have that fear at first, but trust me, it will get better as time goes by. And as you learn to shoot that particular gun that you choose to use, let me say to you, you'll get better as time goes by. Your confidence level of being able to handle it and actually shoot it will rise gradually. And then for some people, it'll go up really, really high, because they'll shoot it a time or two and they'll say, wow, this is good, this is fun, and I don't have any problem shooting it, and it's great, it feels good. Now, it doesn't always happen like that, but be patient with yourself, and let me express this to you. Do not beat yourself up if you're not a professional right off the bat, if you know what I'm saying. If you're having trouble hitting a target and you're missing it, don't worry about it. Listen, that's just good practice for you. Good practice. So basically, be calm and just relax and learn, and don't get ahead of yourself and beat yourself up if you don't meet your own expectations, because you might not right off the bat. I'll be honest with you. Now you may say, okay, now what's a good gun? What's a good gun to learn on? There's a ton about there that I could take you through, but I'm going to suggest two to you. I am going to suggest two of them to you. I believe that it would be probably a whole lot safer and a whole lot easier for you as a beginner to start with a 22 rifle. Something like this. Now I'm pointing this gun. Look. Don't be afraid of it. It is just a gun. This is a 22 long rifle. This is an old Marlin. And let me tell you, this thing is very old. It still looks just like brand new, but it's very, very old. Very, very accurate and very, very easy to use. And I'm going to show you that. Now look, this thing is semi-automatic. And the reason I suggest that you start out using a semi-automatic rifle is because this gun is light and it's very easy to use. Take a look. You can grip this right here without a problem. You can grip it and you can aim it so easily without any problems whatsoever. Now never pick up a gun, especially if it's new to you, and especially if you are not an experienced shooter. Don't pick it up. I repeat it. Don't pick it up and tinker with it like a kid would tinker with it. Don't do that. No. But the reason being is you don't know. You don't know it could be loaded. And if you fool around with it, pointing it, especially around other people or kids or whatever, never do that. That is a big no. You don't never do that because you could hurt somebody innocently and really not be aware of what you're doing. Just make sure you're in the right spot before you attempt to learn. Don't never try to fool around with a gun where there's a lot of people, and especially where there's not a place that you can shoot safely. Remember, that's extremely important. And I'm going to tell you, once you load this gun, now I've got this gun loaded. This thing, oh God, it's got about 15 in the magazine. It's got a big old clip here. Yes, it's got about 15 in it. But load your gun and get in a secure place, a place where there's just you and a target, to where you're not going to be shooting anything but that target, and there's nobody out there going to get hurt. That's important. Safety. Remember safety. Now, this might be a little bit longer. This video may be a little bit longer than you're used to, but just be patient. I can't do this in 5 minutes, okay? I cannot. I'm going to show you. I'm going to shoot this gun in a few minutes, and I'm going to do it just like this. Now, it's loaded. I'll show you in a minute how to fire it. Now, this, for some people, I will say to you that it may be just right for you to start learning on, because it isn't loud, it's very accurate, and it's semi-automatic. You don't have to worry about loading it that often, because you can put 15 rounds in that thing and shoot a ton without having to reload. And it's light. It's so light and so easy to handle. Now, that might just be perfect for some of you ladies to start with. But if that's not what you would maybe prefer, let me suggest something else to you. Now, I conceal carry, okay? Now listen, that's what I want to drive home to you. Ladies, please, with the crime rate the way it is now, and it's not going to get any better, I would pray, Lord, that it would. But I'm afraid it's not going to happen. Not now. Not now. And the danger of you being attacked, mugged, assaulted, raped, or even killed are at the highest level in this. It's the highest level in American history right now, I believe. So you need to listen. Now, if that 22 is not right for you and you think you might want a handgun to learn on, let me take this off here. This is what I carry. This is a Ruger. Now, this is something, like I said, I carry. That's a Ruger, an old Ruger, an old P95. Semi-automatic. It holds about, God, I've had this thing forever. It holds about 8 or 10 in the mag. Let me show you. Right there. Now, let me show you the bullet to this. Now, I'm not here to do a review of these guns. I'm here to teach you how to shoot. Now, that is a 9mm. That is a Winchester 9mm, and it happens to be 115 grain. Now, that is a very good, powerful handgun. Now, the reason I say this might be better for you if you are wanting to learn on a gun like this. Now, you could also learn if you want to on a revolver. I could suggest maybe the Ruger PT100 or some other gun that you could learn on. But let me show you some things here that you need to be aware of. This 22 rifle's got a long barrel on it. It's got about I want to say an 18, 20-inch barrel on it. But you need to look at this here as being one of the most, well, let's not say that it's not more dangerous than the 22. It's just that it's more likely that you could get hurt using this form of gun because it's got a very short barrel on it, which happens to be, oh my goodness, it's about 3, maybe 2.5, 3 inches, something like that. And it's fully, well, let's say balanced. It's fully balanced. But you got to understand this. Many people that don't know how to shoot a handgun like this, they can put their hands out here where they should not, unaware that they've got those hands there. And it's very easy that you could hurt yourself. I mean, you could actually shoot your finger off if you were not careful. And God forbid that would happen. But this thing is semi-automatic. It's easy to carry, it's easy to use, but I would recommend a 22 over this to learn how to shoot, because this is it's a 9mm. It's a 9mm, and it's more powerful than a 22. It's a whole lot louder, but it's easy for an experienced shooter to use. But for you as a beginner, it might be a little bit difficult, but don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't never pick this gun. Let me put one in the barrel, okay? Let me show you how this works. Like this. Now, that gun is ready to fire. Take your time and work that gun like I just did, and putting the load into the barrel. Don't put the load in the barrel until you are ready. Now, I'm talking about the chamber here. Don't put it in there until you're ready to fire. And don't look at it and say, oh God, I just don't think I can do this. And you get really nervous or shaky or whatever you want to call it. If you do that, you need to back off. Back off until you get enough confidence to pick this up and to be able to handle it without shooting yourself, okay? If you don't have anybody to coach you and to show you, you need to pay careful attention to me. Now, this gun is ready, but the safety is off. See here? It's off. The safety is off. Now, I will not put that safety on until I'm ready to fire. Right here. Now, I'm going to shoot about 20 yards. I could shoot farther, but I don't need to. And I'm going to show you. You need to watch me. Watch me fire these guns. I'm going to shoot both of them, and I'm going to show you step by step on how to shoot it. And that right there just might be enough for you to become a shooter yourself. Now, listen, I've tried my best here to show you what I believe you need to know before you start shooting. But don't stop. Don't give up. If you think it's a little more that you can bite off or handle, just relax a little and take a second look at it. Take a second look at it. Don't stop until you learn, because, listen, what you learn could save your life. If you get in a tight spot and somebody attacks you or somebody breaks into your home and you are there helpless, you could be a criminal's next victim, and you don't want that to happen. Take the steps like I'm teaching you right now and learn how to shoot. That's extremely important. So I'm going to set my target out there and I'm going to shoot. So let's do that right now, okay? All right. Now, I am ready to shoot that target there. And I think I'll shoot this 9mm first. Now, this is your safety glasses and your headgear. You may choose to use earplugs if you so want to. That's fine. I do this. Now, here, I've already took the liberty, of course, putting that in. Now, let me show you how to load that very easily. Look, so easy. Take it like this. Now, that's your bullet, like this. Now, I've got this thing full. It's that easy. Take it out, put it in. Very easy. Let me do it again. See? Look. Just press it in. If it's a little bit difficult, it all depends on the rifle or the handgun. That is a very, very solid, powerful bullet there and easy to load. See how easy that is? Like that. Now, I've got one in the barrel. So, next step is, now this has got a hammer. Some of them have hammers like that. Some of them have different ones. Here is your, notice this. There's your safety. It's ready to fire. It's not now, but it is now. Now look. Take a look at this. See how easy that is? Just pull that hammer back and it's ready to go. Ease off of it with your finger up here with the trigger. Now that's your trigger. That's your trigger. Now you have to have that safety on right there before it'll fire. Now let me get this gear on. Well, shoot out there, it's ready to go. See? I want to shoot out there 20 yards. Now look, let me make sure you get this. If you're right-handed, you want to put the gun in your right hand, okay? And you want to make sure that you don't mess around out there on the tip of that barrel with your fingers, or do you even want to think about putting them out there for any other reason either? No. Keep your hands on the grip of the gun where it's supposed to be. And if you're in your right, you shoot right-handed, you want to put this hand on the gun first, your right hand, of course. And you want to put your left hand up here to get a firm, secure grip. Remember that. And you don't want to pick up your gun and do this. No, no, no. If you don't have a rest, which I'm not using a rest, I'm just plain old aiming and firing. Just grip it with your hand. And whatever you do, don't drop it. Don't drop it. Look, I've got it, okay? My hands. Pick it up with your right hand, like this. And always assume that that gun is loaded. Never taking a chance on fooling around and tinkering with it, thinking that it's empty when it could be loaded. You don't want to do that. Pick it up with your right hand and always point it away from you or anything else. Don't never turn it in the wrong direction by pointing it toward yourself. Grip it with your right hand. Okay, now I'm ready to fire. So I'm going to shoot a few shots. Now, just assume you can do this. Now watch what I'm doing. Here we go. Get your eye on that bead. See, that thing's got a bead on it and it's got a sight on it right here. You've got to look through that. Match them up. Match the sight with the bead, okay? Just take your eye and aim at your target like this. Like that. Empty. Now to do that, look, just release it. And you got it. Now that one. Here's the next step with the 22. My glasses are a little bit fogged, so let me take these things off. Now look, one hand, you don't shoot this with one hand, okay? Another step here, let me show you. This rifle, here, I've got it loaded, okay? Let me give you this for just a simple first step. Pick the gun up in the same manner as you did the handgun. If you're right-handed, you put it on your right shoulder. If you're left-handed, you want to put it on your left shoulder. But most people will shoot this with their right hand, okay? Now, it is loaded, okay? Right here is your little safety switch, right there. Okay? Now, aim at that target out there, just like this. Put it up to your shoulder, and if you want to shoot it straight like I'm doing, you can do that. If you want to put it in a rest to learn first, I highly recommend that you do that. Put it in a good rest to where that you can take and aim and shoot more accurately before you really begin to learn. And later on, you'll be able to do this without having that rest. So just aim it like this. See? Shoot it just like that. Now let me put my glasses back on. I'm going to fire a few shots, okay? Just pick it up like this. Don't be afraid of it. Pick it up like this. And remember, it's got a sight, and out there it's got a bead. Aim that sight right through that to that bead at your target. Now watch this. Okay. My mouth is running, and my glasses are fogged, and I can't see. So you forgive me, I don't normally shoot this without those glasses, but since I have got fogged up ones, just let's do it, okay? All right, now, all right, now folks, I'm going to show you the targets. Actually, over here, I shot that 9mm over here on the right. These right here that are fresh hit, you can tell they've just been shot, are where that I hit with this 9mm. There we go. That's what I shot into. So you can see the power of that 9mm. These fresh ones right here. Now over here, let's look at the 22 side. I made a target. So look, you can see this right here, the bullseye, right there, the black. Very close, you can see that. Let's take that off. That's just a simple paper plate. And see where it hit, right into that target right there. That's where it hit right there, that 22. That's exactly where it is. You can see that back as I bring the camera back. Right there, focused right in there. So listen, I have tried to bring this to you to encourage you and to help you to learn. If you're a lady that's wanting to learn, take your time. Listen, I may have to do a second video to get it really like I want it to be, just for your own benefit. Listen, I've told you many times, if you've seen my videos before, that my desire is to inform you, encourage you, lift you up in any form that I can, motivate you to learn. And this is the way that I'm proving to you that I care enough about you and that I love you, yes, love you enough to where that I'll do something like this just to help you learn to shoot. I am not motivated by nothing but just pure love and concern to help to teach you and show you a few things about shooting a gun. My desire is to help. I'm sincere about it. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be doing it. Because let me tell you, I could be doing something else, but I want to teach you how to learn. And I hope this has been beneficial for you. And I may have to repeat another one to get you right where you want to be. Let me know that if I can help you, I'm talking about, drop me a comment. Let me know if I can help you. And I've got a box, actually the comment box below the subscription box. I've got a link there that will take you to my Patreon page. Check it out. Would you do that? And listen, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and of course, Truth Social. I hope this has helped you. That's my intention, is that it will help you. Listen, have a blessed day.